Oh, hey there, travelers. Welcome back to the end of the Seven Dives. Oh, it's been a long year. It's surprising that it's finally coming to an end, though. But I'm grateful. Hope you all been hanging in there, travelers. Don't worry, things will get better. I know right now you're looking out them windows and you're seeing the cultists run around, and maybe someone's been turned into a strange aberration, and you just go, I don't understand the world anymore. But it's going to get better. Why don't you head on over to Wingover? He's pretty excited to hop into this part of the tale.
Greetings there, travelers. It's me, Wingover Gimble, famous gnome bird. How have you been lately? That's good. Right, I can't see you move your mouth, and I see your ethereal face is moving. But I have no idea what you're saying. But, that's just kind of how it works here. That's the end of the Seven Dives for you. But I've been doing good, travelers. I've been baking a lot. I currently actually have an angel food cake in the oven, so once we're done with the tale, I'll be enjoying that. That'll be good. I'm excited for that. Might make some buttercream frosting for it. Buttercream's, it's pretty tasty. It's straight up butter and sugar, but, I do enjoy it. It's a tasty little treat. But travelers, it's exciting. We're hopping in. This part of the tale, the King in Yellow. You are getting to quite a spicy moment. You're all probably thinking, King in Yellow, I already know what King in Yellow is. Oh no, travelers, this is something big. It's a play you'll remember. I can assure you for that. But before we start, we got a little piece of fan mail, and remember, travelers, you want to write into the show that we have. And what is the electronic mail thing? It's on this piece of paper? Ballad of the 7 Dice at gmail.com. Yeah, send your electronic letters to that. Whatever that is. Just send your letters to that. We can always give them a read on the show. Or, pop on over to the iTunes. Those reviews, they actually help the show a lot. They let other travelers from the ethereal realm see our show on the iTunes and go, oh, that looks nice. And then they pop on over, and it's quite good. Well, let's read this piece of fan mail. A gripping tale from the get-go. 5 stars. Ballad of the 7 Dice is an excellent 5e actual play that will have you hooked immediately, delivering straight away on both well-paced action and fascinating lore. DM Lucas does a great job of building the world from the outset without it feeling heavy-handed or overproduced. The characters are fun and creative, and you can tell the group has great chemistry at the table. If you're looking for an epic fantasy interwoven with cosmic stakes, existential horror, and light-hearted moments between comrades, this is the podcast for you! Exclamation mark. Well, thank you so much. That was from Quimajeski. That's Qmajeski, travelers from the United States of America. Thank you so much for that review. That was very nice. It was lovely. Yes, travelers, we're hopping into a pretty good part of the tale. I told the battle about the person to be here on time, that, you never know what you're gonna get. So, the other day, we keep getting these weirdos, we keep getting these interns they send us, and you know what BattleBots does? They make amazing music and sound effects, but we get the strangest interns from them. I'm fairly certain this is just a running gag. They go and find the strangest interns, and then they send them our way specifically. Looks like some, what is this? Are you on fire?
Yes.
Are you a ghost?
Yes.
So you're a flaming ghost. You're a fire ghost. Alright, traveler, give me a spiel.
check out Battle Bards for amazing sound effects, like fireball and spaceships exploding. I myself was a pilot for the Nostradamus Corporation, and our ship exploded. Use my sound effect. BattleBards.com.
Well, he just disappeared. I don't know if he moved on or what. That there's a ton of freaking ashes everywhere. Michael, get me the broom. Alright, travelers, let's hop into this story. I bring to you The King in Yellow, Part 2.
Hey, I'm Brent, and I'm playing Kelsar, the Tiefling Paladin
And chosen of Yetifa.
Hi, I'm Humberto, and I'm playing Bordon, Dwarven Cleric and Chosen of Time.
I'm Evan, and I'm playing Ronnie, the Half-Elf Bard and Chosen of Chaos.
Hey, I'm Robert, and I'm playing MZ, the Githyanki Ranger and
Chosen Blood.
Hey, I'm Jason, and I'll be playing Draxir, the Dragonborn Artificer
And Chosen of Machines.
Previously on Ballad of Seven Dice, our heroes had just finished dealing with the aftermath of Oblivion, and then they had just gone to take a little bit of a rest because they were pretty much destroyed. During that night, the caravan arrived with the people from the play, and the heroes did not trust this play for whatever reason. It was completely normal. They went and decided the next day that they were going to try to have a bit of a trick. Ronnie had a plan. He would set up an illusion in front of the tent, and when all the people were like, "Oh, this looks cool, let's go get to play," then they saw, bam, it was full. As the heroes went into the tent and sat down, they saw Ronnie, Kelsar, MZ, and Bordon walk onto the stage, wearing completely grey outfits and their eyes glowing yellow. And they all looked at all of you and said, "Welcome to the grand play,
The King in Yellow." And they all clapped their hands at the same time, and this flash happened, and all of you felt that feeling of you're just falling. This pit in your stomach just drops. And then you open up your eyes, and you are greeted with the sights of a strange city around you. One that seems eerily similar to the backdrop that they had set up at this play. You stand on the hillside of a city that rises all the way to the castle sitting at the top. Surrounding the city are tall stone walls, and beyond that is a great lake and plains as far as the eye can see. A gray, stormy cloud setting just completely coats the sky. You can't see any sunlight coming through. Standing near you are two guards dressed in a gray uniform standing watch, and appears to be a garden of some sorts. There's a number of stone benches and walkways that lead into this local flora. And one thing you notice is one of the guards is the innkeeper, Hilda. And she's standing there. She still has a wound on the side of her head, some blood on her face. And you see the other guard is Holly Tolly, who has a hole through his chest where he was stabbed by Oblivion.
Sorry I couldn't save you guys. We tried and... Sorry, you both had to die.
And I just tell Kelsar it's just a hallucination.
Just keep saying Beetlejuice.
You look down at your hands and you can actually see through your hands, like they're translucent. You have like a strange yellowish mist that is floating around each of you.
And that happens to all of us, not just the four?
You don't actually see the other 4, like the duplicates of these guys. You don't see them at all anymore. You just see these 2 guards, and you see that they look solid. They have these clear wounds and everything, and they're standing guard and smiling and looking at one another.
Can I grab that flower out of my pocket?
Yep.
And I just want to hold on to it.
It's giving off a faint golden glow.
Do any of us see it, or no?
You can see MZ's holding on to a flower, though you don't see it glowing at all.
I ask MZ, so what is this flower about?
Not entirely sure yet.
You want me to identify it?
Can you... I mean, this would be a good time to check for magic, to see if we're in some magic thing.
I guess. The thing is, I didn't prepare my spells, because I'm an idiot.
My God.
I gave you like a week's heads up.
I have Detect Magic prepared. I will use Detect Magic.
See?
Yay!
See,
So, Drax here, you use Detect Magic?
Yes. What the fuck is going on here?
You cast this spell, and one thing you notice, on each of you, there is a heavy amount of illusion magic that is going through. Like, it is strong. And looking around this area, though, the rest of it, there's no other magic. Aside from, like, the magic items on you all, you aren't picking up any kind of magic in this area.
I'll just say, it seems like we're all under some kind of heavy illusion magic that's going on. I don't know if they've made it appear like we're not where we really are. Something like that.
Lucas, I'm just going to ask you, I guess, out of character here. I wasn't put to sleep, right? Because I can't be put to sleep.
Nope.
Okay, something like that.
You will go to sleep, or I will put you to
Just
sleep.
some weird dream.
You can go to sleep if you want. I mean, you aren't asleep, though. You don't feel there was no magical effects or even natural effects that put anyone to sleep.
Okay. I might as well don't blow this right now. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic at 5th level.
Roll a caster check.
But I got a 29.
Oh god.
You see Ronnie's holding out his hands, and there is a lot of crackling around him. It starts to, like, envelop him. You see, like, these twists and distortions. While this is happening, those 2 guards, you see Holly Tolly turns towards Hilda. Can you see it? Can you see Carcosa across the lake? The dead city, looming in the distance, ready to come for our land once more? And you see Hilda sighs and says, "You've been drinking again, haven't you? Off with you now, I'll keep watch." And just as she says that, Ronnie snaps forward, and he no longer has this mist. He's no longer translucent. And they're like, "Wow! Who? What?"
It's 120 feet. Dispel Magic is 120 feet, so...
It just seems to affect you.
Okay.
Who are you?
Oh, me? Hello.
I don't know you.
Oh, really? You've seen 2 before.
I did?
We were watching the play, and now Ronnie's a part of the play.
Yep.
Okay. But they don't see us though, right? Like there's no interaction with us. It's just
no.
Okay.
You see, the Holly Tolly walks up to you and holds out his hands. "I'm Bremchus, the guard, and I'm Bikri."
I need another name. I'm Kalsar.
What?
Kalsar. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
This is identity.
Ronnie, you turn back to kind of like, smirk at Kalsar, because you totally know what you're doing, and you don't see any of them.
Ronnie, what the fuck?
You also don't hear them.
Oh.
Even when you go to, like, grab onto Ronnie, your hand passes right through him.
Thought someone would be there to see my sweet burn on Kalsar, but...
I thought you're Kalsar.
Oh, other Kalsar.
Oh.
I took Kalsar first, so now he has to be Kalsar H to everyone, so that we don't get confused. Yeah, real power move.
Okay. Well, I have to go.
Oh.
So, I guess I'll leave you 2 alone. Bye. And he just, like, starts skipping down a path. And he still has this gaping hole in his chest. You hear, like, a squish sound while he's skipping.
Alright.
You see another person walks up. They're a hooded figure. They're wearing a fine red cloak with gold trim. They seem to be upset and they're pacing around. You recognize it, looking under the cloak is the sheriff. He's got his handlebar mustache going back and he's pacing around. He's lurking near the area, but the other guard doesn't see him. She's just kind of looking around. You could tell he's wearing just elegant clothing. Suddenly, out of the shadows, you see near this man in this fancy clothing, you see a red-scaled dragonborn who's wearing another cloak, and you recognize Bernard Busybody stepping out.
Uncle, how are you today? It's such a pleasant day to see you. I have come as you've requested.
And you see the sheriff turn around.
Well, thank God you're here, my nephew.
Fucking Snoop Dogg.
What the fuck's going on?
So what do you all do?
Is Ronnie in front of me right now, or is he still projected?
Ronnie is still in front of you. He can't see you, though.
Oh. Alright, well, he's fine for now. Can I smack him in the back of the head?
Your hand goes right through his head.
Damn it.
Just gonna ask that, Sheriff, so, I got somewhere I really gotta be. How do I get out of here?
Who are you?
What? Hey, how'd you get... What? Are you... What's with the fancy clothes? What's your name?
Oh, I'm Kalsar?
Oh.
I am the young prince,
says Bernard. And he does this bow. He's like,
I am Prince Oat.
Okay. I didn't really ask what your name was. I kind of asked how to get out of here.
Well, I don't... You probably leave through the front gates.
Where's that?
You have to go down a few levels through the merchant's quarter, then a bit through the slums. You'll reach the gate eventually, though I would be...
Can I see the gate from here?
You'll have to maybe find a good little tower. There's a few towers in the area.
Okay.
Uncle, she's coming. Hide.
I'm gonna go up to the tower.
You see there's a really small tree. No one can hide behind this tree. And the uncle, crouches behind it. And you see, stepping through this area, there is a woman wearing this, blue velvet cloak. As you, start to, step away, you see, the blue velvet cloak has gold trims. They pull back their hood, and it's Oblivion. And they go,
Uncle, I am here as you have asked.
And this voice just, resonates through the area. And then the uncle, he kind of, steps forward. He's like, oh, hey, Princess Camilla. I'm so glad you're here. We gotta be careful.
Are you sure that no one is here to watch us?
As this, voice just resonates through the area.
I'm just imagining Dr. Girlfriend from fucking Venture Brothers.
Do we know if that sheriff died after a battle with Oblivion?
The sheriff did not die.
Oh, okay.
Ronnie, are you still gonna head off to find a tower?
Yeah, just somewhere where I can see that gate.
Okay. You start wandering off, and you can kind of hear them in the distance. The rest of you guys, you hear them, they start talking. You see that the uncle, aka the sheriff, is leaning in. He's like,
now listen, your other brother, he's up to no good. He's trying to steal the throne. You know this now. We gotta get him imprisoned. It's for his own good. He's gonna get himself killed trying to lead a coup.
And you see Oblivion is just wreathed in shadowy flame, and just takes a step back, hand on their chest.
Are you sure, Uncle? My brother is such a kind soul.
And just this voice once again is echoing out. Ronnie, you start walking away, and then you start walking back in, from the other side, and you see them. You're just kind of looking around, and you all saw Ronnie turn the corner, and now he's turning the corner again behind you.
Ronnie, get the fuck back here before so I can smack you.
I thought okay. I better go ask these guys again. I'm gonna go wander up
So you wander up just as Oblivion's going,
All right, I'll imprison my brother then. That sounds like a plan. It's just to protect him, though.
and the uncle's like,
Oh yeah, sounds good. We gotta get the hell out of here, though, because someone sees us talking here in this garden. Oh, there's that guy again.
Hello.
You didn't hear any of that, did you?
No. I'm actually just looking for a tower or a clear view of the gate.
There's a lot of towers in the area. Why don't you just go to one of them?
Well, I tried that. It didn't work.
Okay.
No? Nothing? Okay.
no. They're just like looking at each other, kind of weirded out. Like,
Did you go in it?
No. I walked over there, and then I came back over here.
Well, you do that.
and they just like kind of clap your arm. And the sheriff, he nods to you. He's like, all right, I gotta get going. He wanders off, and you look, like Bernard quickly wanders after him, and Oblivion. They're just looking at you.
They're going downhill or towards the tower, or where are they going?
They're going towards where you went.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait till they're near the tower. I assume there's...
You're just gonna kind of like trail them?
Yeah, a little bit. And when they get near, I assume they'll pass by a tower or someplace high.
Okay. So Ronnie, you're following along these people, and the rest of you, the ground kind of shifts, and it's almost like you move really quickly to like another spot in this garden. You see a dwarf there, Tomeric, and he's dressed up in other princely clothing, and you see Ichabod from the general store. He's wearing these dull yellow robes, and they're talking in hushed tones. Yes, Carcosa is close now. The king in yellow will grant us our wildest dreams. We're so lucky. The dwarf, Tomeric, looks uncomfortable. High Priest Natolba, are you sure that we should be trusting the king in yellow? Oh, yes, of course. Thale, the king in yellow is going to bring us such grand gifts. Look here. And he pulls out this holy symbol that looks just like the parasite on your left hand. You see, this symbol gives people power. It draws from your soul. The king in yellow looks out for us. He's a benefactor. And they're talking, and Ronnie, you're following along with these people. And the further you're getting away from this area, the more warped and distorted things are getting. Like, trees start bending over. You see there's a person that's walking, and then they stop, and their legs keep walking, and like you see their guts are just kind of stretching out, and then they sort of slide back up into it. Like it just seems like the world's starting to get weirder the further away you are. Do you keep going along?
Yeah. Gotta find that tower.
Gotta find that tower.
Such a Ronnie response.
I got a plan, I guess.
I hope so, because I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, every time I build like a hypothesis, Lucas says something that completely smashes it. I don't fucking get it, other than it's magic.
Magic. Yeah.
All of you guys, aside from Ronnie, roll me a perception check.
I'm gonna use my flash of genius.
Okay.
That's a critical miss.
I got 4.
15.
I got 6.
The only one who sees this is MZ, as MZ gets an additional +5, since his symbol has creeped up his arm already. MZ, while they're talking, you hear them like they're whispering, they're going back and forth about the king in yellow, and like soon we will see the glorious kingdom, Carcosa will appear on the other side of the lake. And all of you kind of like look towards the lake, but MZ, you see a shadowy kingdom on the other side of the lake. You see it's grand. These spires are reaching high through the clouds. You see there's winged creatures that are flying around, but it's very translucent. The rest of you guys don't see this at all.
Assuming I'm sitting next to Borodon, I'll kind of lean over. I'll say, who do you think lives there?
Lives where? What are you talking about?
Over there. And I'll point towards it.
I squint my eyes and like...
When I see him squinting, I'll describe it to him.
I can't see it.
MZ's just there holding onto a flower, pointing, and there's nothing there.
He's still holding the flower.
I'll start I'll start describing the castle and, the creatures flying around it and how it's very shadowy and, evil, ominous looking.
Is it shadowy like Oblivion? Like that shadow that Oblivion was sort of like bleeding,
It's like a dark haze is over this place. It seems like a hard fog to look through, and it looks like it's nighttime over there.
Mm-hmm. It's like Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see anything. Maybe you should ask like other people. I don't know, like this whole illusion thing. Maybe it's just messing with my senses.
I don't know. I look over at the rest of the group, and I'll just, as I'm looking at them, I'll just point behind me as I'm holding on to the flower, and point over towards where the castle is. Nothing.
So, do you want to take us to the castle then? I mean, I can see it. Maybe if it's closer, I'll be able to see it. I don't know. Do you think we're in danger?
So, Ronnie, while you're walking along and the world's getting weirder, the ground is getting like soft, and sometimes like you're kind of like leaping from like area to area, and you come up to a tower.
Oh, finally.
You've lost the people. You don't know where they are, but you're at a tower.
Sweet. Climb the tower.
You open up the door. Which, like, you keep opening up door after door after door, and it's like leading up like one stair, then a door, one stair, then a door. You open up this door, and you see there's these completely featureless, gray-skinned beings. They only have mouths, and they're picking up like tinier versions of you, and they're just eating them. And it's like little versions that maybe like they're the size of like a chip or something, and they're just like eating all these Ronnies that are just running all over the ground. And you see there's a window on the other side, but there's at least 5 of these beings in here.
No, I probably don't want to talk to them.
Lucas spent like hours writing this, and they're like, don't care.
I know, it's fine. You don't talk to them.
Just like, I'm good.
Maybe I'll just take a Ronnie for the road or something.
Okay, you pick him up.
Pick up one, put in my pocket. Yeah.
Ronnie's like, bite me.
You're like running around.
What do I see out the window?
You look out the window and make me a perception check.
I got a 20.
You see pretty much what MZ saw, this hazy kingdom on the other side of this lake. You're looking down at this town, and it looks like half of it keeps forming up and half of it keeps going away at the town that you're in. And it looks like it's like, you have your noble lair that's at the top of this hill, then it goes down to another one that's walled off, which is the merchants. Then it looks like slums at the bottom with gates. And you see armies of troops are all amassing and marching in towards this city from every angle.
Okay, so the gates that the guy said would get me out of here. Is there like any of those troopers near there?
It looks like they're still a few miles off. Like they're just marching towards the city.
So they're even farther away from that gate, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna change places with one of them.
One of the soldiers out in the distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a check right now, just an ability check.
All right. 18 plus.
I really thought I put a distance on
that. I don't know if you did or not. I don't remember a distance.
We'll just say you're doing it right now. It's fine.
It seems like this is all I play, so who the fuck knows? So 28.
So Ronnie, you warp. And you're going through these places. You feel your arms extend like 15 feet behind you. Your legs come up near your head. They swirl about. They detach from your body and like they're just like sailing around you as you feel yourself like come apart and then get formed back together as you're like flying through this area. You land at this place and you feel your features like slowly slinking back onto your face, like back to where they should be. And like while you're walking almost like you're a marionette. Like it's hard. You have to like move your whole limbs, but you're out in these fields and these people are marching towards this place, and you see like they have just angry looks on their face. They're all wielding like spears and axes and stuff as they march towards this city. So a few of them look over at you, and then they just like they don't really pay you much mind as you're just kind of like slinking around. And we'll leave you there as you slink about, and we go back to you guys. So while you guys are there talking, you feel another shift and a pull, and you're like looking at another part of this garden, and you see at least 50 torches being held by people all dressed the exact same. They all wear white robes. They all have the same symbol that you have on your hands, but in yellow, surrounded by a black circle on the chest of their robes. All their faces are covered in a white, pallid mask with basic human features. Every so often you hear a gong go off. You see the one guard, Hilda, approaches them. She takes out a musket and lowers it at the first robed person, and she shouts, "Who are you? Where did you come from? Why didn't I see these torches until now?" And she's like looking around, just confused.
These people with their masks would be very similar to the truth, right?
They look almost identical aside from the symbol on their chest.
Right, okay.
You see someone walk through the four of you, and it's Mary, the high priestess of the church. She's in very regal green robes, and she has a crown on her head. And she's quickly followed by Holly Tolly, an assortment of other royal guards. And she shouts, "What's the meaning of this? How did these people get this far into our city without anyone realizing? They're sounding a gong, for God's sake. How did you miss this?" The first masked person comes up. They bow down to everyone.
I am a herald from the king in another city, and our king has been sending you all some messages some time now. They believe, due to the soldiers coming, you haven't received our messages.
The Queen Mary's angry. She turns towards them. "Is there any other members that I should be aware of?" And the masked visitor points over at the four of you.
Why, just them.
And suddenly you're all visible.
Oh, shit.
And the Queen just looks at all of you. "What the? How the hell did you get here? Who are you people?"
Okay, well, before anything happens, I'm Kalsar.
I'm Kelsar too.
Oh my god.
Shut up.
Kalsar too.
Shut up. My short friend over here is Borodon. Over there is Drax here. And we have MZ, and we're also missing our idiot. So.
There's another one.
Yeah. He's kind of here, but he's not here. We have no idea how we got here. I was hoping you could answer that for us.
I don't know. You just showed up in my garden.
Cool.
We're watching a play.
Yeah, we were watching a play, and
The King in Yellow.
Yeah, King in Yellow.
Who the hell's the King in Yellow?
That's a good question. That's what we're trying to find out.
Okay. And then you see Oblivion skipping over merrily, wreathed in a shadowy flame.
Everyone, it's Oblivion. Get ready to attack.
And you hear,
"Mother."
Ah, God.
Their voice just like echoes through this area.
Oh, it's horrible. Kill it with fire.
"Mother, we have so many wonderful guests.
Yeah.
We should throw a ball."
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You know, a part of me wants to crouch down and say in the future I cut your head off, but I'm not going to do that.
Do you say that out loud to her?
No.
Lucas,
Yeah?
so we are close to a lake, right?
You are a few miles from a lake, yeah.
Okay, so can I use, like, control water?
No. Not from this distance. You mean like a lake a few miles away, you want to control the water in there?
Yeah, I just wanted to see, like...
If it would work, if you could reach?
Yeah, exactly, like, if we still have, like, if I still have my magic spells here.
You definitely feel your magic like build up into you, but you feel it's out of reach.
Okay.
What is the symbol on your chest? Because we have it on our arms, or on the back of our hands.
Why, it is the family crest of the king.
Family crest? The king? Who's your king?
The king in yellow. Pastor,
What's going on here?
you've been blessed.
By who?
The king in yellow.
Where's the king, by the way?
Yeah,
In Carcosa.
we need to talk to him.
Is that castle over there? Can I still see it?
Yeah, you see it. It looks actually a little clearer.
What castle? What are you talking about?
They nod at you, and when they nod and then they come back up, their mask is in like a smile.
Yes. Yes. Good job.
Good job. What do you mean, good job?
You've been blessed so much.
I sure as hell don't feel like we're blessed.
I think you're a little bit blessed.
Thank you.
Not in the way that you think.
Yeah, we,
The queen just like throws her hands up like, I guess we're having a ball. All of you come with me.
like, are us including the torch guys, or just us, the royal us?
All of you, I guess.
All right.
I was going to kind of look at everyone and just be like, let's just play nice for now.
Yeah, that's a good point, Trax here.
You feel the ground lurch, and suddenly all of you are in the middle of this ballroom, this grand ballroom. There are hundreds of people talking. You see all the people from the town are in here, and they're all talking excitedly. You see Thale, aka Tomaric, is there. He's talking to his mother, Mary. You can hear them like talking every so often. You hear like the word Carcosa. You see the high priest, who's Ichabod, is talking to the Princess Oblivion. They seem really interested in truth, and they seem to be talking to them.
What's Oblivion's rating on the Hoggernaut scale? Just,
You can't tell, there's so much shadows. It's so many like shadowy, wreathy flames. You can just tell it's like a silhouette of a person.
so like a 6, maybe.
If you're into it.
Yeah, okay.
They refer to themselves as truth.
No, I'm just referring to it as like you guys, or like you know them as truth.
Okay.
You see, yeah, like other people are in here talking. Everybody's socializing, dancing, and calling out into the crowd. You see, like, all these people are, like, dancing back and forth, and what do the four of you want to do?
Just one question. Did we teleport, like, to this place? Or did we actually?
It just felt like the ground shifted, everything was blurry around you, and suddenly you're in this ballroom.
Okay, so can I cast silence?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I just cast silence.
So you just make it eerily silent around the four of you? So no one can hear you talk? Or what?
I just wanted to see, like, if people would react to it.
You cast it off, like, a bit into the distance where everyone's dancing and laughing and talking. And people are looking really surprised, and, like, they're touching at their throats and everything. They're shouting. Other people are, like, looking in, like, what the hell's going on?
So it's going to be, like, 10 minutes like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20-foot radius, sorry.
So, like, there's a small part of this ballroom that just people are freaking out in.
Okay, Bordon, but why'd you do that?
I need to know, like, if people would react to what we're doing.
Oh.
You know, like, if we start attacking people, you know, or... Because silence, it's not, like, it won't hurt anyone. And, but it would still cause a shock, you know. So, and everybody, and then I point to the people, and I'm like, everybody over there, I mean, they actually seem to be affected by the silence. They seem to be, like, you know, like, you know, I don't know, like, startled by it. So, that's why I used silence.
Wow, that's a good plan.
So are any of the people in this ballroom right now someone that we know should be dead, like in our world or timeline?
Yeah, you see Hilda's there, you see Holly Tolly's there, like they're talking with a few people while they're standing guard. They're clearly dead. You know Oblivion's dead, Bernard's dead.
We notice that they're also reacting to this silence.
Yeah. They all look surprised and shocked, like they don't know what it is.
I think this is all illusion. 100% illusion.
I think Ronnie actually broke from this, like, illusion. That's why he's not with us, like, right now. I don't know where he is.
I feel like we're in the past right now. How much of an illusion it is, I don't know. I think we're actually somewhere right now, to be honest.
But people are dead. Do you think that we're, like, in some sort of afterlife? Or, like, a dimension between ours and afterlife?
I will say that I walked in a weird circle when I just walked in a direction. So that's not like a property of the past. It more does seem like a play thing where you walked around a part of a stage.
And during this, while you guys are kind of sitting there speculating, we go over to Ronnie. Ronnie, your arm is extending into like strange spirals. You see like bits of you are kind of like flaking off while you're walking around these soldiers.
Okay.
Make me a insight check.
Man, I'm rolling good. 20.
Now, you don't know much outside the realm of music and showbiz, but you have watched a scary movie or two in your time. You think you might be disintegrating, like you're dying. And the city is miles away.
It's probably to do with leaving the thing.
Now remember, you do have select abilities that you gained, but you're also the chosen of chaos. So if you want to try to push your abilities, you can.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I guess I was going to wait and try and find like a wall or something.
There's walls surrounding the town and stuff like that.
No, I mean like an invisible wall.
Oh, I see.
Maybe I'll just try it into space. I'm going to try and tear a small hole.
Okay.
We're using that kind of reach through stuff. I'm going to try and tear through whatever this thing is.
So roll me a caster check.
21?
So you tear this hole open, and it's swirling inside, and you feel yourself just slowly being sucked through it. Like, it's like you're made out of putty. You're just slowly slinked through this, and you watch it close up behind you as one of the soldiers sort of looks in there and looks down at you and keeps walking. You fall through. You don't even know how to describe this place. There are like walls made completely out of strange colors. You see planets fly past you. You feel yourself grow massively large. You see like the tiny Ronnie inside you is like, he's like jumping around. You grab him and like you just eat him. And you feel yourself like, then you're suddenly the tiny Ronnie going through your body, and you rip through your stomach, and you're floating, you're just covered in gore, like sailing through this strange space. And make me 3 saving throws. Just actually roll just 3d20s.
Okay. 19, 13, 2.
So you feel your heart hurts. It's beating really hard. You're clutching it, and it feels like your chest is about to break. And then you just kind of like, you're breathing deep. It sort of passes. You take 35 points of damage while you're sailing through space. And you pop through a hole and you go tumbling. You look around you, and there is a throne that is hundreds of feet tall. This room has massive pillars that are the size of castles that just lead up into the sky. You see strange winged creatures are flying up around, and sitting on the throne is a being hundreds of feet tall, wearing a tattered robe with a crown that is just floating above his head, all in yellow. You can't even see inside this robe. Ronnie, you're looking at this, and this being looks down at you, and you feel just like this reverberation, this shake of thunder, as they say,
Ronnie O'Connell, you always are one to break the rules.
And I cast Charm Person, because it's a big person.
Something tells me that's not a person.
Yeah, just has to be humanoid.
we go to the other guys. After a bit of socializing and dancing, you see Princess Oblivion takes to a stand and calls out to the crowd for their attention. She looks to everyone and says,
I'm trying to imagine like in South Park with Princess Kenny, and it's like the anime thing, and it's like the same thing with Princess Oblivion.
I'd like to introduce you all to a special guest of ours. He hails from a neighboring kingdom and brings forth a message from his king.
And you see as Truth stands up and says,
Greetings. Welcome. Hello.
Truth.
I am here now. The king's message. I am here now. I am here now to tell you the king's message.
And as he's talking, his voice was fuzzy, and it keeps getting clearer and clearer as he's talking. It's less raspy. And you hear in this powerful and clear voice, the dead king shall come upon you. Carcosa shall rise upon the great city. We shall see a truth like no other. Let the blessed yellow tattered king embrace this city and take rule that burdens you so much away from you all. Rejoice, for soon you shall see the yellow sign. And he steps down, and you just hear everybody start shrieking like, arrest this man, it's another madman! And everyone's freaking out, and you feel a blur as suddenly you're all standing in front of a door, and it looks like like you see a little window by it, and it looks like it's leading outside onto like a balcony inside the castle.
I just turn to everyone.
I've had enough of this.
Are we... what side of this conflict are we on? Because this feels like a fighting fire with fire situation.
From what I gather, we've all been unwittingly hired by the King in Yellow.
I'm putting an end to this.
I'll push the door open.
You push the door open, and you step out onto the balcony. You look out, large spires reach up into the sky. Creatures fly just past you. They look strange and gray and faceless. Their wings, their feathered wings flapping by. You look around, you see tons of townsfolk in this strange, hazy city. You see they're all wearing pallid white masks and walking along this area. You feel the ground just crumble underneath you as all four of you fall and suddenly land on the ground beside Ronnie, although he looks different. Ronnie is bleeding from all of, like, his eyes, his nose, his mouth, his ears. His skin looks like it's been burned.
Ronnie.
He's covered in blood.
What the?
And you see, like, he has lacerations all over him. And he's standing there, and Ronnie's smiling. Like, Ronnie, you don't feel bad at all. And you see as Ronnie's trying to cast a spell up, and you look where Ronnie's casting, and you see this figure hundreds of feet tall in a tattered yellow robe, a crown floating over its head as it looks down at all of you.
Welcome, my subjects. I am the King in Yellow. You may call me that, Pastor, or Your Majesty.
Meanwhile, in an undisclosed location in the kingdom of Harua.
So there I was, traveling through the mountains. I knew where I needed to go, but the wet bat knew better. He led the way, jumping, leaping. I followed. So did Darkness Axe. Our other companions lost along the way. We would meet up with them again. We knew it. We saw it in the stars. Who was I? I'm Darkblade, the blade in the darkness of my heart. There's a sword inside my soul. A sword of power untold. You're all probably thinking, wow, that's some power. And I'm here to tell you, it is. So there we were, traveling through the mountains. Me, Darkness Axe, Wet Bat. The Wet Bat turned to me and said, "We're almost there. I can smell 'em." "You can smell 'em? That's gross. Lead the way." We jumped along the rocks. We didn't need to. There was a path, really well constructed, very considerate. But we jumped on the rocks anyways, just to show everyone our power, our true strength. We encountered all sorts of creatures. Liches, beholders, mind flare, you name it. We encountered these things. We slayed them. I used the power of the Dark Blade. Darkness Axe used the Dark Axe. And the Wet Bat, well, you know what happened. It didn't take us long to find it. The place that we've been hunting for months. That's right. You guessed it. Steve's house. We showed up, thinking this has got to be the place. As we looked and saw, there was a sign that said Steve's house. "He's in here. I can smell it. You just have to knock down that door." I looked at him and said, "I'll try knocking. Thank you very much." I knocked. It went like this. Knock, knock, knock. The door opened. Ka-ching. There standing before me was one of the richest men, one of the most powerful people. "Steve." "Steve," I said, staring at him, my mouth moving, making words. Steve looked at me, taking a step back. "How do you know my name's Steve?" he said to me, confused, shock, look in his face, eyes filled with fear. I said, "'Cause I'm Darkblade. I know things. This is Darkness Axe, and this is the Wet Bat. We came for your assistance." What do you need from me?" "We need everything. Power, supplies, money, you name it. We have to take on Death Shift, because we're fighting the injustice from an organization inside an organization, fighting the injustice hidden by the corruption of the world. You don't even know how deep this goes, Steve. The other day, I bought an apple. I looked at the apple. Part of it, rotten. I opened up the apple. What was in there? Delayed blast fireball. Threw that out of the way, dodged it perfectly. 8 people died. Who were those 8 people? Think about it, Steve. Government officials. What was the government doing with 8 officials near an apple cart? Looked into it. What were the government officials doing? Why, they had the whole place on lockdown. They were taking bribes from everybody. There is injustice in this world, and I'm here to root it out, and so are my friends. And at the heart of the injustice, Death Shift. But wait, why was there a fireball inside an apple? That doesn't matter, don't sweat the small stuff. You gotta think about the bigger picture. And inside the bigger picture, the tiny pictures. Drilling down, more and more pictures. Those pictures filled with injustice, leading back to Death Shift. He thought, wait, what does the government of Halrua have to do with Death Shift, who's clearly over on the Sword Coast? Think about it. Where did that shipment of apples come from? Sanctuary. Where were those apples from? Storehouse. Where was that storehouse getting its apples from? A farm near Geldspar. A farm that Death Shift went right by. Coincidence? I think not. So what do you need me for? Money, power, resources, maybe even a sweet ride. It'll cost you. I can't just give all these things for free. We have to pay you for money? No, you gotta do with services. So lame. Don't you know that I'm Darkblade? Whatever. What are these services you need done? Steve started listing off things. Difficult things. Hard to do things. Jumping, leaping, hurdling, raking the lawn. I told him, leave the leaves. It's better for the environment. We left the leaves. He thanked me for my environmentally conscious knowledge. Then we helped feed his alpacas that he rescued from a farm. Then we went and made sure that all his potato plants didn't have potato bugs on them because he was trying to save up because he was really worried that something big was going to happen. Needed a storehouse of potatoes. Smart thinking. I told him, eat 'em mashed. I know a recipe. But then we got it. We got the help. We got the money. We got the power. We got the resources. We got Steve. Thing is, what's gonna happen? What am I, Darkblade, with the one with the darkness inside my soul gonna do? Now that I have this money, power, and resources. We'll just have to find out.
I was quite something else, wasn't it, Travelers? Like, the whole, I'm sorry. I need some ale, 1 second. Oh, the angel food cake is so fluffy, and it just tastes so good. It kind of has that little bit of a cherry taste to it. And I just couldn't help it. I was gobbling that up, and I tried to breathe the angel food cake is what happened, and you can't breathe angel food cake. Yeah. Well, that was quite the play there, wasn't it, Travelers? Like, ooh, my, like, what was going on there? Was it a memory? Was it just something set up? Or what was Ronnie doing? Just tripping out, flying through space? That was something else. Oh, that was fun there, Travelers. I'm so glad you can come here and join us for all this tale. And remember, Travelers, take care of yourselves. This is a very difficult time. It's an emotionally heavy time for people all over the different planets. You know, all over the different realms, we have people struggling, whether it's an oppressive demon lord or there is a magical sickness, anything that's going on. Just remember, your safety and mental health come first. Take that time for you because, 1, you deserve it. And for 2, hell with what everybody else is saying. Give yourself that time you need. Oh, alright, Travelers, I'm gonna get back to this food cake, because this angel food cake is just divine. Oh, I'm good. Alright, Travelers, I bid you all adieu. Michael, come try this.